is Adriana, and today I'll be walking us through a Hatha style asana practice, where, as always, everything I say is simply a suggestion. You are always going to be your body's best teacher and advocate, so listen to any feeling within, any sensation within, and do what feels best for your body today. And I will be offering ample modifications, variations to do these different styles of asana. And you always have the option to stay anything that feels good for longer. You have the option to back out of anything that isn't serving you sooner. And everything is optional except for your breathing. So with that being said, I invite you to find a comfortable seated position somewhere near the middle of your mat. And as you do, settle into your seat. Feel free to move away any flesh tissue, away from your sit bones, fix any clothing, and feel free to take off any socks that you might be wearing. And you do have the option to come up and sit up on a block if you'd like. And just as you are, begin to draw your attention to your breath without changing anything about it. Just noticing inhales going in and down through your nose. Noticing the exhales coming out and up through the nose or pursed lips, your choice. And you can continue to carry this pattern for breathing for the duration of our asana practice. As you find your seat, give yourself a couple rounds of inhales. Bring your shoulders all the way up to your ears. Exhale, let your shoulders roll down your back body. Good, one more time. Inhale, shoulders come all the way up. Exhale, let them roll down the back body. Adding length through the spine as you inhale. Bringing down through your sit bones as you exhale. Soft gaze or eyes closed, your choice. Just as you are, breathing at your ease. Inhale, openness. Exhale, settling into what is. Inhale, awareness. Exhale, presence. Inhale, permission to be. Exhale, any unnecessary criticism. Inhale, the ability to make mistakes. Exhale, the ability to try again. Just as you are, take 3 more deep rounds of your breath. Creating space for your lungs to be. Space for your body to be. Once you finish your rounds of exhale, your choice if you'd like to remove any blocks that put underneath you. Today we'll be moving through a lower back focused flow. And before we dive into that, we will be doing the 7 action spinal warm-up. So sitting tall, sitting comfortably, palms at your side. You can be in something like easy pose, something like staff pose, or something like down angle, your choice. Bring your palms to your side. Inhale, lift your palms up and overhead. Exhale, lower shoulders away from ears and mouth. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus arms leading to the elbows. Fingers spread as wide as they'd like to go. Look up or lean back and lean out. Option 2, bring your palms down beside your hips near your lower back body, pressing into your finger pads to accentuate that back bend in your spine. One more round of breath here. Inhale, lift palms up and overhead. Exhale, lower right palm, lean to the right and in. Really rooting down through your left sit bone, pressing into your finger pads on your right side, so much so that it's creating length through your legs. Inhale, both arms up and overhead. Exhale, drop left palm, lean to the left and using your exhales to bend and more mount. Pressing into your finger pads to add weight through the right side body. Inhale, lift both arms up and overhead. Exhale, twist to the right and inhale. Your left palm can come down to your right leg. Your right palm can be off to the side or perhaps near your lower back. Dropping those shoulders away from ears. Nose can choose to stay above sternum or soft gaze over your right shoulder. Good. Next inhale, lift both palms up and overhead. Exhale as we twist to the left. Right palm can come to left leg. Right hand or left hand, excuse me, can come off to the side or near your lower back. You choose if your nose is above sternum or soft gaze over your left shoulder. Dropping shoulders away from ears. Using exhales to twist and inward. Inhale, lift both palms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward and in and out. You can bring your palms down to your legs, let your head bow forward, or you can walk your palms out in front of you. Option 2, bring 2 blocks to bring the ground closer to your palms. Really letting the heart reach down towards your legs. 2 more deep rounds of breath here. Inhale, walk your hands back towards your body. You can bring your legs out straight in front of you, coming into a stack before we move into the remainder of our practice. So your legs are extended out long, option to move any left away from the middle of your thighs. Pressing into your finger pads, arms at your side, feet are flexed if that's available to you. Pressing your shoulders down and away from your ears. Another option here with your blocks is to bring them sides of your hips and press into your blocks here. Really rooting down through the backs of your thighs, your calves, heels of the foot. 2 more deep breaths here instead. Rooting down equal weight through the left and right sit bone. Broadening through the collarbone space. Feel free to remove your blocks as you bring your palms to your side body, spin your legs underneath you, coming into hands and knees tabletop position. Option 2, march your palms up and down a few times in space. As you root down through your palms, spread your fingers as wide as they'd like to go, gripping the floor away from you so much so that you're creating arches through the palms. Knees underneath hips, feel free to adjust accordingly. You can always look down at your hip bones, seeing if your knees are underneath. Elbows are slightly bent to protect the elbows. Neutral neck, and sometimes our neck likes to droop down, especially in 2024 in the age of technology. So just letting me pulling your ears up in space, bringing in that neutral neck. We'll be moving through 3 rounds each side of our cow cat. So as you prepare, grip the floor away from you, neutral hands and knees. Inhale, lift crown with control, lower belly with control. Seeing if you can bring a separation between your sit bones. Soft gaze, soft breath. Exhale, push the floor away from you, ground through the upper back, tuck chin to chest slightly. Pressing through the tops of the feet. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. 2 more rounds each side, following your own breath. Once you finish your rounds, inhale back into a neutral hands and knees tabletop position. Another option here, if you're having any wrist sensitivity, is to roll your mat up and let your fingers hang off the long edge of your mat. Bring your palms up to the top line, and that can be a way for you to relieve wrist pain. You can also come up onto ball fist, or also bring two blocks underneath your elbows underneath shoulders, hands and knees. From your neutral hands and knees, walk your palms forward, coming into our puppy pose, hips above knees, your heart drops down towards the mat. Stay here for 3 deep rounds of your breath. Pressing through the tops of your feet, pressing through the palms of the hands. 2 more deep rounds of breath here. So when you're ready, slowly walk your palms back underneath your shoulders, slower than you think you need to go. And on an exhale breath, send your hips back down into our asana, or child's pose. If you'd like, you can create more space for your body to beat by bringing your knees mat to mat distance apart. As you do, hips come towards your heels. Arms extend out long, or your arms can come to the sides of your legs, making this a bit more restorative. If you'd like, you can also bring your blocks back into the equation here, coming into a child's pose. And the blocks just allow for the floor to become free. So you might find this feels good for your back. If it doesn't, feel free to remove the blocks. You can rock side to side a few times if you'd like. One more deep round of your breath here in child's pose. On an inhale breath, press through your palms, so roll up through the spine, coming back up to your hands and knees, an option to remove any blocks out and away from you. Bring your palms back underneath the shoulders, giving yourself permission to refine your foundation whenever you need. So you can remarch your palms in space, look down, making sure our knees are underneath our hips, our elbows are slightly bent. From here, tuck your toes. On your next inhale, lift your knees up, coming to high plank. Stay here, or you can drop your knees in plank. That's always an option. Stay in your plank for 3 rounds of breath. As you inhale, pushing the floor away from you. As you exhale, extending your heels towards the back of your mat. On your next exhale, lower knees, bend elbows, begin to lower chest with control. Inhale, let your hips meet the mat, come into our baby cobra. Tops of feet pressing into the mat. Right. My neck is in a neutral alignment here to help preserve the safety of our neck. Soft gaze, let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Palms come to frame the sides of your chest. Stay here for 2 more deep rounds of breath. Moving in through the nose, out through the nose, or pursed lips. Good. Stay. And on your exhale, slowly lower your forehead down onto stacked palms. Bend your knees. Bring some more space between your hips if you'd like. And on an exhale, let your knees fall over to your right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, legs fall over to the left. Feel free to do 2 more rounds each side. inhale breath, allow for your legs to extend out long, bringing them back together, hips distance apart in space. Bring your palms to frame your chest. On an inhale, press the floor away from you, lift up through the heart, lift up through the crown, soft face. Stay here in baby cobra, or inhale, lift your hands back, about 1 to 2 inches. Hold for 2 more deep breaths of breath. Good. Exhale, release, lower back down. This time, bringing your opposite palm to the top. Tuck your toes. Stay, or on your next inhale breath, lift up through the heart, through the crown. Extending your heels towards the back of your mat. Stay here. 1 more deep round of your breath. Good. Exhale, release, untuck toes. Stack palms, the first palm that was on top today. Walk your palms to your side body. Come to tend up on your fingertips. On your next inhale, bend your knees, look up. Lift through the crown, lift through the heart, and your out. Stay here, or one by one, kick your feet in towards your glutes. And on an inhale breath, lift up through the heart, rooting down through your thighs, rooting down through the pelvis. Seeing if you can kick your feet towards your palm and warm up. Stay for 1 more deep breath. Exhale, release slowly. 1 by 1, let go of your legs. Stack your palms opposite hands. Bend your knees, windshield wipers. Roll onto your back body. From here, knees bent, feet about 6 to 8 inches away from your glutes. Arms at your side. Palms are face down. Stay here, we'll be preparing for our bridge. Bridge being a beautiful part of asana practice because yoga is the bridge between your mind, your body, and your breath. From here, in this reclined position, grab your block and place it between your knees. That's available to you. If you don't have a block, you can always use a roll of paper towels, a blanket, a pillow, anything to just bring in this intention here through the legs. Knees bent, feet about 6 to 8 inches away from your glutes. Arms at your side, palms face down. Stay here or bend your elbows. 1 by 1, press your upper arm bones into the earth. Already, you may feel a sensation in your middle back body. Your shoulder blades are pressing into the mat on each exhale. Your sit bones are rooting down. Your feet are rooted through the four corners of the foot, pressing down through your big toe mound, squeezing the block or any other prop in between the knees with about 5 to 7 pounds of pressure. Stay here in this version of bridge, or inhale, lift your hips to the ceiling and knee out. Stay, or on an exhale breath, lower palms to the mat. Stay here, or 1 by 1, see if you can walk your arms in towards the middle of your back body. Feel free to connect through the fingers here, pressing through the shoulders, pressing through the upper arm bones. Inhale, lift those hips up to the ceiling. Sit there as a string, lifting through the hips. Stay for 1 more deep round of your breath. Good. Slowly release palms. Unroll upper back, middle back, lower back. Good. Exhale, bring your knees in towards your chest lovingly. Keep the block there or remove it, your choice. If you'd like, you can cross your ankles here, making this a bit more restorative. Just rocking side to side, holding onto those knees, or holding onto the backs of your thighs. Chin slightly touch. Exhale, release your feet. We'll be doing our bridge one more time to really let these cues, let these sensations integrate through the body. So option if you'd like is to place a block or a prop in between your knees. Feet 6 to 8 inches away from glutes, feet hip distance apart, arms at your side, stay or bend for elbows. Fingers are facing up, fingers are spread as wide as the feet. Neck is tucked slightly, so we can really make this more for the shoulders than for the back of the head. Or stay or inhale, lift up through the hips. Stay or lower palms to the mat. Stay for 2 more deep rounds of your breath. Good. When you're ready, unroll upper back, middle back, lower back. Good. Remove your blocking. Heel toe your feet, mat to mat distance apart. Option bring one hand to your chest, one hand to your belly, and just bend for your baby body underneath the hips. On an exhale breath, allow for your legs to fall over to the right. And out. Inhale, brings you back to center. Exhale, lower legs to the left. And out. Noticing perhaps no 2 bodies the same, no 2 sides of the same body the same. Move through 2 more rounds each side, following your own breath. Soft gaze or eyes closed. Softening the gaze to soften through the mind, to soften through the breath. Good. Heel toe your feet back together. On an exhale breath, bring your knees in towards your chest by grabbing onto the backs of your thighs, your knees, or perhaps you'd like to come into your happy baby. Bringing your palms to the outer edges of your feet, pulling your knees in towards your armpits. Letting your tailbone root down towards the earth. So sometimes we, in happy baby, will compromise the integrity of the spine and make this more of a curved back. Asana, what we want to do is really root down through the tailbone. We can do less if we like. Again, you can grab onto the backs of your thighs here. And if you find this works better for your spine, then do what's best for you. There's no competition in yoga. As long as you're breathing, as long as you're aware, as long as there is intention, this is good yoga. Good. Let your feet reach down to the mat, about 6 to 8 inches away from glutes. Our feet are hips apart. We'll be coming into our reclined pigeons or Supta Kapalabhasana. And this is a beautiful, safe way to get into your pigeon without compromising the safety of our hips, without compromising the safety of our spine. We're in the safe reclined position. Exhale, bring your right knee across your left. Rooting down through the four corners of the left foot. If this is plenty of sensation for you, stay here. Or if you'd like to explore this asana further, you can grab onto the back of your left thigh and hug it in towards your chest. Stay. Or if you'd like to explore this further, inhale, lift up through your upper body and pull your leg towards you and you arm out. No pain, no pain. If you feel kind of sensation, you stay. Or if you'd like to explore even further, exhale, release your upper body back down to the mat, keeping your legs right where they are. Stay here for 3 rounds of your breath. Chin is slightly tucked. Good. When you are ready, slowly release your left leg onto your mat. Uncross your right ankle, allow for your foot to return to the mat. Feel free to heel toe your feet away from each other. And again, just letting them knock over to the right, knock over to the left. You can gently massage tops of your hip bones if you'd like. When you are ready, bring your heels back in towards each other, feet 6 to 8 inches away from glutes, feet about hips distance apart. On your next exhale, bring your left ankle across your right thigh. Stay if you feel plenty here, or if you'd like to explore more sensation. Bring your right thigh in towards your chest, straddling your palms around the thigh, pulling your leg in towards your chest. Stay, or inhale, lift up through the upper body, bringing your leg in towards your chest and warm it. Stay here, or exhale, lower upper body back down to the mat. Stay for 3 more rounds of breath in whichever variation of the supine pigeon you are in. Remembering if you go too far, you can always go back to where you've been. You can always do less. If one side is bringing you more discomfort in the form of pain, if it's bringing discomfort in the form of pain, that's not something that we would like to explore in yoga. That is something to maybe talk to your primary care physician about. Good. On an exhale breath, release your right leg, uncross your left ankle. Bring your arms into cactus here, pressing into the tops of your palms, or option to bring your arms out into a T, palms face down. Shoulders away from your ears. Stay, or inhale, lift your palms up above your hips. Lift your knees up above your hips. Stay, or exhale, let your knees fall over to the right side, keeping them stacked if that is available to you. If you'd like less flexion in the back, you can always bring a block underneath your thigh. You can bring your palm to the top of your left thigh, applying more than 5 pounds of pressure to help that twist through the spine. Finish the round of breath you're on and take 1 more. Good. Inhale, bring your knees above your hips. Exhale, let your knees fall over to the left. And then option again to bring a block underneath your thigh. Option to bring your left palm to the top of your right leg. Soft gaze, soft breath. Remember, inhale, feeling up regulating, exhale, being down regulating. Some more symmetry we can bring into the breath. The more we play a role in regulating our own nervous system. One more deep round of your breath here. Your breath all out here. Inhale, lift knees up above hips. Slower than you think you need to go. Allow for your heels to make their way down to the ground. If you'd like more support, you can make more of a V shape with your palms, bringing them out to the sides of your hips. Good. Heel toe your feet in towards each other. And on an exhale breath, allow for your knees to fall out to either side, coming into our reclined bound ankle. Supta, Baddha, Konasana. And you always have an option to bring two blocks underneath your knees, here underneath your thighs, to reduce that motion. Bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your chest, and notice your body, notice your breath. Notice your mind for the next 2 rounds of your breath. Soaking in the sesha, the leftover residue that yoga leaves in one's body, one's mind, one's emotions. But when you are ready, inhale, bring your knees back towards each other. See if you can bring any symmetry here to the breathing of focus. Slowing it down. Good. With your left arm up and over, exhale, roll to the left. Pause for a moment, bringing your left palm to your rib cage here. And when you're ready, slowly pushing yourself up to a comfortable seated position for the pranayama portion of our practice. So coming into a comfortable seated position, preparing for the breathing part of our practice. And as always, this is super optional. You have the option to follow along, or if you'd like, you can just keep your easy, effortless breath, your choice. Today we'll be doing samavriti, also known as box breath, ratio breath, same or equal breath. And I will be guiding us through 3 rounds, and we'll be doing 3-second intervals of inhale, hold, exhale, hold. So remembering not only the inhale and the exhale, but also the spaces in between that make the breath a 4-cycle practice. So to begin, sitting up nice and tall, again, moving away any flesh tissue from the sit bones. Option to sit up on a block if you'd like. And we'll begin by taking 2 cleansing breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose. To begin, breathe in deep through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more, inhale. Exhale. I'll be moving us through 3 rounds, after which I'll hold space for you to do 7 more on your phone. For that, we'll have about a minute silence to simply sit, note, and observe anything that chooses to come up. But remembering these things are something like a radio station. So although we know the sound is there, the sensation is there, we decide what we give our attention to. We decide if we fully tune into that, or we can always return to our easy, effortless breath. And it's easier said than done, but that's why this is a big life practice. So to begin, I'll have us do one more cleansing exhale because I added in. So inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. In. Hold. Out. Hold. In. Hold. Out. Hold. In. Hold. Out. Hold. Continue. Return to your easy, effortless breath, eyes closed or soft gaze for the next minute to simply observe, to simply sit with what is. With your eyes still closed or soft gaze, your choice. Allow for your legs to swing around to extend out long to the long edge of your mat. Feeling free to move, adjust any flesh tissue away from the sit bones, from the thighs. Option 2, bring blocks or props, blanket, pillow underneath the knees here to make this more restorative. Allow for your feet to be a bit wider than hips distance apart if that's what they'd like to do. Allow for your chin to tuck in towards your chest slightly. Palms at your side. Palms face up if available to you. Palms face up, this allows for your shoulders to broaden, away from the midline of the sternum, to unroll, to give your heart space, your lung space, more room to be. Breathing down through your shoulders, through your sit bones, noticing which parts of you are making contact with the floor. I'll be walking us through a gentle body scan, after which my voice is going to fade out. And we'll have the next 3 minutes to just simply be and to breathe. So most importantly, what I'd like you to do is give yourself complete permission to do nothing other than to be a breathing being. Bring your mind's wandering eyes attention to the crown of your head. Inner ears, outer ears, earlobes, forehead, eyebrows, creases between the eyebrows, seeing if you can allow for any more tension to melt away from the face. Cheekbones, nose, and the temperature and sensation of your breath as you breathe in through your nose, breathe out through nose or pursed lips. Upper jaw, tongue resting in the roof of your mouth, teeth slightly parted. Lower jaw, swallowing once if you'd like to release any tension from the lower jaw. Sides of the neck, throat, tops of the shoulders, armpits, upper arm bones, hinges of the elbows, forearms, wrists, tops of the hands, fingers, knuckles in the fingers, palms of the hands, collarbones, aka the top of your shoulder blades, ribs in the way they contract and expand as you breathe in and out. Heart, belly button, and the way it rises and falls as you breathe. Tops of the hips. Tops of the hips in your back body. Lower back. Lower spine. Middle back. Middle spine. Shoulder blades in your back body. Upper back. The top of your spine, aka the base of your skull. Sit bones, glutes, pelvic floor, inner thighs, top of the thighs, knees, kneecaps, shins, calves, ankles, Achilles tendons, tops of the feet, toes, webbing in between the toes, arches of the feet, soles of the feet and where they connect to the sole of the earth. My voice is now going to fade out, and again, we'll spend the next 3 minutes doing our best to simply be, to simply breathe. Would like to bring some subtle action back into your body. Just close your soft gaze. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Drawing circles with the wrists, circles with the ankles. Small, slow circles. Pause, reverse your circles. When you are ready, move any props out and away from you. Inhale with your arms up and overhead. Just one last long pencil stretch in opposition here. Exhale one by one, bring your knees towards your chest, holding much of the backs of your thighs, or your knees from side to side. Bring your right arm up and overhead. When you're ready, exhale, roll to the right side. Bringing your left, or excuse me. Okay, so your right arm up and overhead. Exhale, roll to the right. Bring your left arm in towards your rib cage. Pause for a moment. Slowly press into your left palm, coming up to a comfortable seated position. Giving us a few moments to close out our practice. If you'd like, you can bring the opposite leg to the front this time. Let's cross, stack, or down ankle, your choice. Palms at your lap, or you can bring them together at heart center, down forward. In gratitude to yourself for showing up for your practice. I thank you for sharing your practice with me. And I thank all of the teachers who have came before me to teach us the beautiful gift of yoga. May we always find the bridge for our mind, the bridge for our body, the bridge for our breath. And remember that there is great power in going slow to get there fast. May we always live like the lotus in the muddy waters. Namaste. Thank you all, and have a good rest of your day or evening, whatever.